right, we have quarterback Garrett Greene. Questions for Garrett? Greg?
Garrett, reflect on Saturday a little bit, the victory lap. Did you plan that? What did that mean to you at that point?
No, that's something I usually try to do after every home win. Usually the guys start like kind of right in front of the student section, but I try to just see all the fans after the game. So that's something I've really been doing for the last 3-4 years.
Did it mean more to you knowing it was your last one?
Yeah, definitely. I said it Saturday night, but it's the best tradition in all of sports, I think. That song's so special to this place in the state. So hearing it one last time on the field was something I'll never forget.
Okay, so this week, key for you is you starting to get a look at Texas Tech. What do you guys got to do?
Yeah, I think we have to, first starts off with being able to run the football. I think that's the key to any week really, is to be able to run the football. And then we have to do a better job than we did Saturday night of connecting on shots downfield, and that starts with me. So tomorrow when we really go full speed and start working the game plan, like routes and stuff like that, that's something that me and the wideouts will work on, is really connecting on those downfield shots.
Tougher without Traylon in the lineup?
Yeah, a little bit. Traylon's such a special player and such a special person, but he's been around the building, kind of helping some of the younger guys out. But then our wide receiver has done a great job really since I've been here of stepping up to the challenge. So they did that last week, and they'll do it again this week.
Do you feel any pressure at all, or is there any different of a mentality going into a game against a team like Texas Tech, a 20-year-long tradition of points are going to be on the board, they're going to throw, it's going to be big on the quarterback and receiver? Maybe a little different scenario than going into UCF, where it was kind of a ground first?
Not really. Like as an offense, we expect to score every time we touch the ball, and it doesn't matter who we play or who's playing against us. We want to score every time we touch the ball. So the mentality and stuff doesn't really change, because if we score every time we touch the ball, chances are we're gonna have a pretty clean victory.
So soon after an injury, you got banged around pretty good in that game. Did it ever cross your mind, I should have played baseball or something like that?
No, not at all. I'm happy with playing quarterback here.
How physical was that game for you, though?
It was a physical game, but it wasn't. I woke up Sunday morning and felt fine. So I've definitely had more physical games, but yeah, no, that was fine.
Have you always been that physical type of a player, that quarterback?
I kind of basically until my freshman year of high school, I really played like running back and receiver and stuff. Going back to McClay. So, I was kind of used to that from, really 7th grade on. If kind of body taking a beating, so it's just kind of I've adapted to.
And I love that line, bone or blood, I got to see one for you to be hurt.
Yeah.
When did that start, and kind of how long has that mentality been kind of put into you by your dad?
Really since I was probably like 5 or 6. Like if any part of my body I told him was hurt, like he's got to see either blood or bone. And then he kind of modified it when I started playing football. He was like blood or bone, and then obviously your head, because you can't really see that. So he modified it whenever I got into football. But for my whole life it was just blood or bone.
What does that like? How does that build you? How did just that one line? How did that build you into the kind of the player and the athlete that you are?
Yeah, I think a lot of it goes back to growing up in a locker room with my dad. There were a lot of really special talents that always were hurt, and that's why they didn't get the call up or the big contract. So like the best ability is availability. So you have to be able and you have to be willing to kind of play through some minor things. Like I bet you if you ask everybody on the team, their bodies haven't felt 100% since they got in college, because you're either sore from lifting or sore from the game. So, I think it's just a mentality. You still have to go out and do your job no matter how you feel.
Garrett, at times people talk about it being kind of challenging for quarterback going into Texas Tech just because of the win factor there. Have you talked to any other quarterbacks about, is there a different preparation, anything different you have to do when you're there?
I mean, not really. I mean, if you throw a tight enough spiral, you know, it kind of cuts through the wind. So, I mean, I think I throw a pretty tight one, so I shouldn't have a problem.
You're the guy throwing Hudson Clement. You've seen him improve over 2 years. What's his next step, and what's the ceiling for him?
Yeah, I think the ceiling for him is as high as he wants it to be. You know, I mean, all of his GPS numbers from a speed and change of direction are really, really good. His ball skills are really good. His route running is really good. So I think the ceilings for him is how high he wants to take it.
What does he need to improve the most in, do you think?
I mean, that's not really my job. My job is to throw him the ball, and you know he gets open for me. So you can ask Bilal that or ask him that, but I don't really know the answer.
You say anything to Davis after he dropped would have been a touchdown? Just not normally a pass catcher, but it was obviously. Chad talked about that they wanted to get him involved. The players kind of rallied around him, but did you say anything?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm still gonna try to get him the ball in those situations. But you know, I probably could have put it on him a little more, made it a little easier on him.
It's like somebody who doesn't normally.
Oh yeah. I mean, as soon as I saw it hit the ground, you know, I probably said some words, but no. So we're gonna try to get him in the box.
Favorite Thanksgiving food? Your mom make it? Your grandmother? Or what is it? And from whom?
I'm not a cranberry sauce guy. Probably my mom's mac and cheese. I feel like that's a pretty stereotypical answer, but I think that's one of the staples of Thanksgiving.
Thank mac and cheese. That doesn't happen north.
It doesn't?
It doesn't. No.
Not all the time.
No.
Huh. Learn something new every day. Anybody else? We good? All right. Thank you guys.